It's Wednesday, and you know what that means here on Chasing Greatness. We're talking about winning at home today. I'm fired up about that. We're going to take a little side road off what we normally, we talk a lot about marriage and family and all that kind of fun stuff. But winning at home is not just about those relationships. Sometimes winning at home is things that we think about them, but we don't really focus on them like we should. Today, we're going to focus on our health and our fitness a little bit. And so how are you feeling today? Are you ready to go? You fit the lead? You feeling high energy? You fired up? You got everything you need to be able to live the life that you want? I hope so. If not, you came to the right place, because I'm going to give you some things today that are real practical ways to think about your wellness today. So welcome to Chasing Greatness. Thanks so much for downloading, hanging out with us. We're here 3 times a week. We talk about winning at work on Mondays. Today, our win at home episode, and then I got a great little episode for you on Friday. We're going to do this week. We're talking about a blueprint really to build the life you want. So I hope you'll join us for that one as well. But today, let's dive into this fitness thing. And I'm around leaders all the time who are really struggling to find time to take care of themselves. And I just remind them, if I have the opportunity, you really don't have time not to take care of yourself. That's bad English, but honestly, you've got to give this a priority if you're going to have longevity to lead the way you want to. So let's dive into this a little bit today. We're in the springtime here. The weather's better. We really don't have any excuses to get outside and get some exercise and some fresh air, all those kind of things. So we give you some things today to think about. I'll give you a list of words and a couple of things that I try to do to think about, taking care of myself. And I think these will be helpful to you as you think about winning in this area of your life today. So let's talk about the first one. And you're not going to believe what the first one is. It is rest. It is rest. I like rest. It's a good one to talk about right now. Everybody the last few weeks have been on spring break. I wish we adults had spring break. I was with a business a few weeks ago, and the owner was saying, we got people that are dealing with spring break. I'm like, what are you talking about? They have little kids. They're all on spring break. My kids are grown and gone, and we don't have spring break anymore. It was always fun when they did. I would plan some vacation around it. Took a little downtime this time of year, and I am going to get a little downtime this time of year, but I'm going to have to schedule it because nobody's calling me up and saying, hey, the kid's going to be home today. It's on me to schedule my own breaks. But rest is so much bigger than a vacation. And I want to just remind you just some simple things here. Make sure you got a good place to sleep, a good pillow, a good bedding. Your room is cool. I mean, there's all kind of research around this. You need about 8 hours of sleep, 7 to 8 at least. Nothing wrong with taking some naps. Some of you right now, you're just exhausted. You're listening, you're burning the candle at both ends. I heard a leader say one time, if you're burning the candle at both ends, you're not as bright as you think you are. It is not going to be long until your life is going to be burned out. And so, do you need some rest today? Are you tired? That's a good question to ask yourself. If you are, you have my permission to take a nap this afternoon. It'd be maybe the best thing you can do is to just to get some extra rest. But those breaks are important, those creative breaks. So not just sleep, but there's times where you need to do some things that are fun for you, do some things that replenish you. Make sure you're recreating. I like that word, recreation. You're recreating your ability to bring energy and to be your best, to be great. And we're chasing greatness here, right? We're trying to help other people be great. We've got to have the energy to do that. Rest is a big part of it. Exercise, you knew I'd talk about this one. You need to exercise 3 or 4 times a week. Really, I would suggest you get some every day. You're just moving. I mean, most of us, we have jobs where we end up sitting in a chair. We're not moving around a lot. I mean, I love hanging out with athletes. It's great because they're active every day. We as what do they say? The corporate athlete. If you're a business person, we need to be active as well. And I understand you're probably not going to have an exercise ball to sit on in your office, although I have a few friends that do that, which is cool. And I've got a buddy who's got a stand-up desk, and there's all kind of ways to build in some exercise. But you really can do a few things here to get even more exercise. We need to be moving all the time. We can get more exercise by parking further from the building or further from the store that we're walking in, just making sure we're getting that extra little walk. I got a buddy who he never takes an elevator. He takes the stairs all the time in his building. They got a 4 or 5 floor building, and he always takes the stairs. Exercise is a really important part of your life. It needs to be intentional. Working in the yard is great, but that's not your focused exercise. You need some cardio that's going to get you moving. I love to play golf. When I do, I'll walk. We walk 7 or 8 miles every time we play golf. It's fun. You choose what works for you, but you need some exercise. Your heart needs to be in a healthy place. That'll lead us to nutrition. You knew that one was coming. You need to know how many calories you're trying to eat. Have a target for that. Don't just, if you see a snack, you grab it. Have a plan. I mean, work off a plan. Don't just wing it when it comes to your nutrition. The next thing you know, you'll gain a couple pounds this year, and then the next year and the next year, and 10, 15 years later, you're 30 pounds over where you want to be, or maybe even where you should be. And so I want to encourage you to focus on your nutrition. One of the things that has really helped me through the years is I've just made a commitment. Every single day I stand on a set of bathroom scales. And it doesn't mean I don't ever gain a pound, but if I do, I know it within that day. And so I can make an adjustment if I need to. And I literally have weighed almost the same thing for 30 years because I have, I think, made that commitment. It's just a way to look myself in the face and say, okay, here's the reality. I'm not the most fit person around, but I have paid attention to it for a long time. And I really think that's a big deal. Another part of nutrition, I'll just mention here, if you're going to win at home, you gotta pay attention to your nutrition. They tell me it's very important for us to hydrate. And so I'm going to encourage you to drink more water than you do. Or maybe you drink a lot of water. I don't know. But I know a few years ago, I really wasn't as hydrated as I needed to be. I knew I needed to be drinking a lot more than I was. And so I made a commitment to try to drink 100 ounces of water a day. It sounds like a lot if you don't drink a lot of water. If you do drink a lot, that probably doesn't sound like that much. But you need about 1 ounce, they tell me, for every 2 pounds of body weight. So I weigh 100, almost 180 pounds. I need to be drinking about 90 ounces a day. In your case, you get to just get on those scales, divide that into, and drink at least half that amount every day in ounces. And so I've chosen to go just a little above that. I'm going to 100 ounces a day. And again, this is just very simple here, but first thing I do in the morning is drink a 16-ounce glass of water. I'll do that a couple of times. I try to get my third one by 10 a.m. I'm trying to, drink this water, and I'll get another one at lunch. And then by the afternoon, I got 1 or 2 more, and I'm pretty good to go. So, I know I got a friend of mine, he carries around a gallon jug of water. He tries to drink that. You do whatever you want to do, whatever works for you, but you need to be hydrating if you're going to feel your best. Recreation, I mentioned a moment ago, that idea, but what is it that you do that is fun for you? And I think this is a part of your wellness. I got friends who play Frisbee. I got buddies who play golf. I got others who like to go fishing. I mean, they're just things they do to help recreate them, to help them feel their very best. And I hope you've got a hobby. I hope you got some things that you enjoy. You may sit around and put puzzles together. You get to choose what it is, but there needs to be some things. This is not your fitness necessarily. It might be if you're walking on a golf course, but if you're putting a puzzle together, it's probably not your fitness. I mean, maybe your fingers are fit, but that's about all you're getting out of that. But your mind stays fit, and there's some things that, you'll gain benefit, but what is it that's really just bringing you life? Do you have something that's fun for you? And it may not be fun for everybody else, but you enjoy it. Don't feel bad spending some time doing that. Now, you're not a professional your hobbies aren't your profession. You can't spend all your time with that, but you need to have some time built into your schedule that's going to help you there. Again, we're looking for wellness. Our overall health, how are you feeling these days? Do you have, any kind of health challenges that are going on? Address those. Make sure that you're doing everything you can. And then let me talk a little bit about I'll just call it the emotional side of our health. Wellness is not just physically feeling our best, but are we emotionally, feeling well? Are we mentally, taking care of ourselves? We hear a lot of stuff about mental health these days. Are we taking care of our soul, our spiritual health? I talk about that a lot. And so I think there's these areas that we need to monitor. And if we're finding ourselves irritated or frustrated all the time or angry, in a way that we really shouldn't be angry, we're making a big deal out of small things. I mean, there's these little indicators that maybe emotionally and spiritually we're not where we need to be. You need to pay attention to that. And so if you really want to pursue wellness and fitness, again, we're asking, are we fit to lead here today? I think that's it's really important for us to think about. And so, just overall in your life, as you think about your health, your fitness, your nutrition, your exercise, your rest, your recreation, all your mental, emotional, maybe social relationships would be a part of this. You can include anything you want to, but how are you doing at taking care of the things that need to be taken care of so you'll be at your very best? One other last thing here I'll leave you with is this idea of longevity. I think is an important word for us to think about. And so, are you on a path right now that is going to lead to leadership longevity? You're going to ultimately be around a long time, maybe even enough time that you could create a legacy that is going to have impact on others for generations to come. I hope so. That would be a great way to live your life. You don't, as I said the other day, you don't want to die with hopes and dreams and a bunch of potential that was not lived out. And you don't want to die, quick if you don't have to. You really want to have a long, full life if you have control over it. And I think you do. I think some of these choices you have, you won't decide ultimately when you die, but you will decide how you'll live. And if you'll live healthy, you'll take care of your food and your rest and all these things we've been talking about. You got a choice on that. So if you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, there's places where I need to get a little stronger. I got to get a little more active. There's things I'm constantly adjusting, constantly trying to make progress, but I am paying attention to it. And I'm doing that because I want a life of longevity. I've got, some kids and little grandkids now. I want to be around for them, and I want to do everything I can to put myself in a position where I can have influence for a long time, and I want to continue to learn. And so all those things are a part of that health and wellness. So I just want to encourage you guys today, if you're trying to win at home, I think this is an overlooked area. I say it's overlooked. It's not. We know it's there. We carry it around with us emotionally. Let's do something about it. Let's get busy. Let's get moving this week. Get drinking water. Cut out all the sugars and all the things that we don't need. It really is time for you to dominate this area of your life. You can. You get to choose, and I'm convinced you can. There's greatness in you. Let it out. Have a healthy life. It'll benefit you, and it's going to really position you to have serious influence over the people around you, which is really important. Hey, one of the ways you can help influence some people, I'm believing today, is to share a link for this episode with them. Encourage somebody else. You might even get a partner, somebody that you can run with, or you can go play some golf with. Do whatever it is you can do. Find somebody to buddy up with here and encourage each other. There's nothing like an accountability partner to help you on your physical journey as well as your leadership journey. So I think that's important. Keep sharing, keep downloading, keep hitting that comment button. If you've got stuff you want to share with us, love to hear that. Love a thumbs up, anything you can give us. If you haven't left a review yet, encourage you to do that. We're going to keep trying to help you here win at home. I think one of the ways you can do that, again, is just pay attention to how you're feeling and what you're doing to take care of your own physical health. It'll really position you to win. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you on Friday.